What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seat though.
So, Metroid Prime 4 has finally been shown. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond has finally been shown, and as expected, it looks incredible. But this trailer has exposed what I've been saying for years and years and years, that most people don't know what they're talking about. So, the game is finally shown. It looks incredible. And a lot of people think that this has to be Switch 2 footage. People, it's absolutely not Switch 2 footage. Nintendo has already told you that they would not be mentioning, showing, or releasing any Switch successor information, pictures, or footage at this Nintendo Direct. The end of the trailer literally shows Nintendo Switch. The Retro Studios hiring pages say Metroid Prime 4 for Nintendo Switch. That was Nintendo Switch footage. But you're probably like, well, how, doctor? How, Sway? How does that look that good on the regular Nintendo Switch? That outdated tablet hardware from 2015. How? I'll tell you how. The game was being in development by one of the greatest gaming studios to ever exist. It's been in development longer than any single Switch game in history. And it has a very decent budget. That's how. That's why it looks so good. It has a good budget. It's been in development longer than any Nintendo Switch game in history. And it's being developed by one of the greatest developers in history. That's how it looks that good. And it's being developed with the Nintendo Switch hardware in mind the entire time. That's how it looks that good. This game was destined. This game was always going to be the best looking game on the Nintendo Switch. Well, as soon as it went to retro, anyway. When it was with Namco Bandai, no. Namco single port, no, it wasn't going to be the best looking game. But as soon as it went back to retro, it was destined to be the best looking game on the Nintendo Switch. That's what people were expecting. That's why I made the video a long time ago about the pressure being on for Metroid Prime. Because of Retro's history and because of Prime's history. Everyone expected this game to look great and be 60 frames per second. Anything else would be disappointment. This is absolutely, believe it or not, Switch 1 hardware. And it looks incredible. But it had to. You can't take this amount of time. You can't take that amount of talent and not blow us away. And that's exactly what Retro Studios did. But it's crazy to me still that people think that this has to be Switch 2 footage when they just gave you Metroid Prime Remastered. And it also looked great. Now, this looks better. And it's obvious that this is pretty much this is the same engine that was running Metroid Prime 1 Remastered. But a major increase in appears to be the environments are going to be a lot larger than the first Prime. And also a big major difference is the lighting. And people don't realize just how big of a difference lighting can have on your graphics. I realize this. Retro definitely realizes this. That's why a lot of the hiring posts and a lot of people that they were hiring to work on Metroid Prime 4 were experts in lighting. They were hiring these people from the movie industry for their expertise in lighting. They're hiring half of the job posts hiring were for lighting artists. And there's a reason for that, because lighting plays a big part in how good graphics can look. Even Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii had great lighting. Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii had some of the best usage at that time of bloom lighting of any game. And it was on the Wii. So Retro knows how good lighting usage is in a game. And that was a big part of this project. Now, they couldn't change the lighting too much on Metroid Prime 1 Remastered because it would have changed the whole look of the game. But since this game is a brand new game starting from scratch, they can make the game look however they want. So they can dramatically change the lighting. They couldn't really do that with Metroid Prime 1 Remastered because that would have made the game look too differently from the original game. So they couldn't do that. But with this one, they're going all out. And that's part of the reason why it looks so good. But this is definitely a Switch game. I mean, the game looks incredible, but you can nitpick and look for certain stuff that will show you proof that this is definitely running on the Switch. Like, for instance, if you look closely at some of the particle effects, like especially the fire effects, the rest of the game looks to be running at 60 frames per second. You look at those fire effects, they look like they're running at like 15 frames per second. Like, there's little nips and tucks here and there. Outside of you can tell that the resolution of the game is probably not even really 1080p native, just like Metroid Prime 1 Remastered. Looks phenomenal, but it's definitely a Switch game. But this is Retro showing you just how amazing a ground-up game for Switch with years and years and years of development and blood, sweat, and tears can equal an incredible looking game. And not just incredible for Switch, but just an incredible looking game, period. But this bodes really well for Switch 2's graphics, because if so many people are seeing this and thinking this is Switch 2, when you guys finally see what Switch 2 graphics look like, you're going to fall out of your freaking chairs.